Hello friends, welcome to Tejas Academy. In this video, we'll be seeing about the current affairs of 9th December. Actually, I have to apologize for the delay today. As we had online classes and test batches, I couldn't come up with the current affairs earlier itself. Now we'll discuss about today's current affairs, okay? Okay. Before getting into the current affairs, there is a reminder to make for you. That is, the NEET course registration is going to end by December 30, and the classes for the NEET course will be starting from January 2. And also for the TNPSC Group 2 and 2A, we have planned to conduct a merit scholarship exam in which there is a scholarship based on the merit score they are getting in the entrance exam. The entrance exam date is declared in December 26, and the last date for the registration is December 25. And now I'll be providing the link for NEET course registration and TNPSC Group 2 registration in the description. For more details, kindly contact the given number. And now let's get into the current affairs. Flatbill flycatcher, new species of bird discovered in South America. This is a new species of bird discovered in South America. This is a member of genus Rhynchocyclusin. The genus is Rhynchocyclusin. Actually, I don't have time to prepare the PPT for the current affairs, so I'm just writing in that. Please take down this. Okay, this is very important. And this belongs to the world family. This belongs to the family Tyrannidae. There are four species in this genus Rhynchocyclusin, and those are, the first species is Olivaceous flatbill. Second one is eye-ringed flatbill. The third one is Pacific flatbill. The fourth one is fulvous breasted flatbill. In this fourth genus of the Rhynchocyclusin, these first two are polytypic. Okay, the first two are polytypic, and this third and fourth are monotypic variety. Okay, now the new species found in the South America is named as cryptic flatbill. The scientific name is Rhynchocyclusin cryptus. This is the biological name. And the threat for this cryptic flatbill are deforestation due to the rapid progress of livestock farms, monoculture, and large implementation of hydroelectric dams on the Madeira River, and also it affects the flow of the sediments. These are some of the threats, okay, because the forest some of the forests are deforested for creating land for agriculture, right? So these are some of the threats for these birds. And the next topic is DRDO test fire air version of the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from the Sukhoi 30 Mk1 aircraft. The BrahMos missile is launched by the DRDO. And also, India also described this launch as the major milestone. major milestone in BrahMos development, which is tested from the IAFs, that is Indian Air Force Sukhoi 30 Mk-1 supersonic fighter aircraft from the ITR, that is Integrated Test Range. Okay, this is a fighter aircraft 30 Mk-1. They also started the launch and stated this as copybook flight. BrahMos is a joint India-Russia venture between the DRDO and Russia's NPO, Machino-Strytornia, together form this BrahMos airspace. NPO, Machino-Strytornia. Okay. This BrahMos name is derived from the Brahmaputra River of India and Moskva of the Russia. Brahmaputra of India and Moskva of Russia. Thus the BrahMos name is derived. And the next one is the NMCG and Sea Ganga organizes 6th IWIS summit in the hybrid mode. This IWIS summit is India Water Impact Summit. Okay, this is also known as IWIS, and this is conducted from 9 to 14th December. This is in hybrid mode, that is, this is conducted through both online and the physical. And the place of the conduction was the Vigyan Bhavan or Ambedkar Bhavan. It is New Delhi. This NMCG stands for National Mission of Clean Ganga. This NMCG is National Mission for Clean Ganga. This CG stands for, I'll write here, this CG stands for Center of Ganga River Basin Management and Studies. Center of Ganga River Basin Management and Studies. Okay, this summit organizes in hybrid way in the NMCG office itself. The theme of the 2021 is the river resource allocation, planning and management at the regional level. This is the 2021's theme. The focus of this year will be on the synchronizing river conservation and long-term developmental needs of the river resources in their budgeting. They have planned to allocate the budget for the maintenance of the river resources. And the next one is Konkani writer Damodar Mauzo awarded the 57th Jnanpith Award of the 2022. This is the nation's highest award for the literature. Nation's highest award of literature. And he is also a literature writer and a short story writer. He received 57th Jnanpith Award of the 2022. Okay, he is the Konkani writer. The name of him is Damodar Mauzo. And the next one is RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das announces that Monetary Policy Committee has opted to keep the rates unchanged. Okay, the RBI governor who headed a 6-member monetary policy committee. 6-member monetary policy committee was headed by the governor Shaktikanta Das, and also he maintained the key interest rate due to the Omicron threat. The key interest are repo and reverse repo rates currently by 4 and 3.5. Repo rate is 4 and reverse repo is of 3.5. The reverse repo is 3.5. The RBI will also continue the managing the liquidity. 14 VRRS will remain the preferred duration to observe the liquidity. 14 VRRS will be the duration for the observe liquidity. Now the growth rate. The growth outlook, the Indian economy grew 20.1% in the first quarter of the current financial year, and also 8.4% of the growth is seen in the second quarter. And with the economy reopening and high contact services resuming, the output is expected to remain strong in the third quarter. This is of first quarter. This is of second quarter, 8.4, and first quarter is 20.1. So the third quarter also expected the strongest. And the inflation outlook is CPI inflation is now projected at 5.3% during the fiscal year 2022. Okay, and the next one is Financial Minister Nirmala Sitharam ranked 37th in the list of world's 100 most powerful women by the Forbes. She is ranked 37th in the 2021. Okay, and in 2019 she was in the rank of 34th. In 2020 she was in the rank of 41. And in 2020 she is in the rank of 37. She is the only person who placed consequently 3 times in the book of powerful women of the world. Okay, Nirmala Sitharam is first full-time female finance minister of India. She is also 2 rank ahead of US counterpart Janet. She is the Janet, okay. And Forbes is an American business magazine released a list of 100 powerful women of the world. Who is the Forbes to release the 100 most powerful? Is the American business magazine, okay. The Indian origin woman Kamala Harris, who is the first female vice president of America, is ranked in the second place. And the next one is this is not very important, but just get to know, okay. Indian EdTech company Byju's acquired Austria headquarter GeoGebra. Okay, GeoGebra. Byju's acquired this GeoGebra, an Austrian company having a dynamic, interactive and collaboration max learning tool. Okay. These 2 companies plan to provide a personalized and immersive learning experience to all students. GeoGebra, though acquired by the Byju's, but it will be headed by the own founder and developer Marcus Hohenwater. He is a Marcus Hohenwater and he is the founder of Byju's. And then the next one is SAARC Day, December 8. SAARC, that is South Asian Association for Regional Cooperation. This is very important abbreviation, and this charter is observed December 8 annually. Every year December 8th is celebrated as the SAARC charter. And in 2021 this is the 37th anniversary of the Charter Act. And also the history and significance of this charter is on December 8, 1985. December 8, 1985, SAARC charter was adopted in the Dhaka during the first summit of the group. This charter was signed by the leaders of 8 South Asian nations. These are the 8 South Asian nations, and who are Bangladesh, Bhutan, Afghanistan, Maldives, Nepal, India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka. These are the 8 countries who were signed in this document. And the prime focus of this SAARC is to work collectively to promote the welfare of the people in the region and also to improve their standard of living through social progress and economic development. The aim of the SAARC is to promote stability. Aim is to promote stability, peace and progress in their region. SAARC has organized 18 summits since 1985. Okay, and the next one is the last one for the today's current affairs. Comet A1 Leonard. The comet A1 Leonard is a long period comet. This was discovered in the year 2021 by G.J. Leonard. So he named it as a comet A1 Leonard in the Jan 2021. And he also described that by December 18, this comet will be crossing near the earth, which can be seen visually through the naked eyes. Okay, this comet also have eccentric orbit. The orbit will be looking like this. Here can you see, this is the sun, this is the comet, and this is the orbit of the comet, which is so long, so that the revolution of the comet is around 200 years. Earth revolves around the sun for 365 days, right, which is 1 year in our period. According to this comet revolves around the orbit, its own orbit, for 200 years. Okay, this delay is due to the length of the orbit. This orbit is known as the eccentric orbit. And it has the retrograde orbit. The name of this orbit is retrograde because the comet and the orbit revolves in the same direction. For example, consider like sun rotates from west to east, and the earth also rotates from west to east. If this situation happens, then the orbit of the earth is known as the retrograde orbit. Likewise, the comet and the orbit of the comet rotates around the same direction, so that the name of the orbit is retrograde. Okay, that's all for today's current affairs. And I have to make a reminder that TNPSC Group 2, 2A and NEET course registration form will be given in the description, and the quiz for yesterday's current affairs will also be given in the description. You can download the PDF of today's current affairs, and also from today our current affairs will be published in the live in our channel by 9 p.m. of every day. And tomorrow we will be having a discussion about the weekly current affairs. The date will discuss the current affairs of date from 2nd December to the 8th December. Tomorrow I'll be coming in the live in the channel at the time of 7 p.m. Around 7 p.m. I'll be on the live. Okay, thank you. Stay tuned with us for more current affairs.